You open your phone. Just for a second. A little scroll before bed. A headline. Another disaster. A war, a flood, a scandal, a collapse. You scroll again. More bad news. More urgency. You don't even realize when minutes turn into hours. Your heart races, your chest tightens. And yet you keep going. This isn't just a habit. It's a symptom. Doomscrolling, that endless dive into the darkest corners of the digital world, didn't appear because you're weak or overly anxious. It was designed, engineered. You are not failing. You are responding exactly as the system intended. We live in the age of the scroll, where reality competes for your attention, but fear always wins the algorithm. To understand how we got here, you have to look back. Not just at the internet, but at history. There was a time not long ago when fear came from sirens, from mushroom clouds on the horizon, Cold War panic that turned school children into duck-and-cover drills. It was the age of survivalism, of bunker building, of scanning skies for threats. Then came the 24-hour news cycle. Cable channels filling the silence with speculation, outrage, and panic. And now? Now it's in your pocket, on your nightstand, whispering to you in the dark. The endless feed is a descendant of these older fears, but now it's faster, smarter, personal. What you see isn't what's happening in the world. It's what will keep your eyes locked in place. Because here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. Apocalypse sells. Fear is profitable. Every terrifying headline, every collapsing glacier or fallen city or political betrayal, it isn't just information. It's content. And content is currency. Media companies don't make money when you feel informed. They profit when you feel afraid, uncertain, angry. Every time your pulse quickens, someone is getting paid. And your brain? It's trying to survive. When you see a threat, even a digital one, your body floods with cortisol, adrenaline. You become alert, reactive. In the short term, that's useful. In the long term, it's slow-burning poison. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between war across the ocean and a fire outside your window. And still you keep scrolling. Why? Because somewhere deep down, doom scrolling feels like a way to prepare. If you read enough, maybe you'll be ready. If you know what's coming, maybe you can stop it. There's a strange comfort in expecting the worst, like watching the clouds before a storm. We imagine that by seeing the disaster unfold, we are controlling it. But are we? In some ways, doom scrolling is like an ancient ritual. Before the science, people danced for rain or chanted to stop a plague. Today we scroll, we read, we comment, we repost. It gives us the illusion of action. But it is still just ritual, a secular prayer to the algorithm. What's even more strange is how we've started to romanticize the end. Watch a climate documentary. Browse a hashtag like Doomer or collapseTok. We've made the apocalypse aesthetic. We dress it in synthwave, edit it into short-form melancholy, score it with ambient dread. The end of the world has never looked so beautiful. Maybe that's why it's so hard to stop. Because in a twisted way, doom scrolling makes us feel important. I'm not like the others, you tell yourself. I'm aware, I'm informed, I care. But is that really awareness? Or just performance? Doom scrolling flatters you, tells you you're the one who sees through the noise. But often, it's just a loop of passive nihilism dressed up as virtue. You're not changing the world. You're drowning in it. So how do you get out? You don't fight this with willpower alone. You need strategy. Rewiring. Start small. Expose yourself to absurdity. Something deliberately unserious. A comic. A surreal video. A bird dancing to techno. Not as an escape, but as a pattern interrupt. A reminder that not everything is doom. Try digital fasting. Not just time off your phone, but time with intention. Leave your phone in another room when you sleep. Set hours where you don't check the news. Not because you don't care, but because you want to care better. And then, build new myths. Because the real danger isn't just the fear you consume. It's the story you start telling yourself. That the world is ending. That nothing matters. That we are powerless. That story is a lie. You are allowed to imagine something better. You are allowed to believe in rebuilding, in resilience, in communities that still care. Hope is not naive. It's rebellious. You can tell a different story. One where we confront reality, yes, but refuse to surrender to despair. Where we see the fire and still plant seeds. Where we acknowledge the brokenness and still create beauty. Because here's the twist. The world isn't ending. Not yet. But your feed is. And maybe that's where it should end. You don't need to read every article. You don't need to watch the collapse from every angle. You don't need to scroll yourself numb. Awareness is not the same as wisdom. Information is not the same as action. You can choose something else. You can look up. You can walk outside. You can have a conversation that doesn't start with, "Did you see what happened?" You can breathe. And maybe, for once, the silence will feel like peace, not ignorance. Maybe choosing to not know everything is the first real step to knowing yourself again.